The purpose of this video is to inform Community League volunteers about the Stantec reports commissioned by the EFCL and the City of Edmonton back in 2010. I will be reviewing what the reports are, their purpose, how they can be used by your Community League, and how you can get a copy of your League's Stantec report. I'll then briefly run through a redacted copy of a Stantec report so that you can see what they look like. The Stantec reports are a group of building condition assessments, or BCAs, commissioned in 2010 by the City of Edmonton and the EFCL. The purpose of the project was to identify the future maintenance requirements of league-owned facilities and to recommend a future maintenance schedule and determine how much investment the buildings would require moving forward. The reports were used in determining the total value of Community League Infrastructure Program grant based on how much overall investment would be required for the portfolio of buildings moving forward. They were not used to determine allocation to individual community leagues. So, how can you make use of your Community League Stantec report? Your Stantec report is an important part of maintaining and understanding the state of your infrastructure. The report details the condition of your building, inventories the equipment and general condition of the building envelope, and notes any degradation of the building structure. The report will highlight critical infrastructure assets at your hall, including mechanical and electrical equipment, the state of your hall's building envelope, mechanical distribution systems, and other assets necessary for the operation of your hall, as well as other infrastructure such as skating rinks and rink shacks. Included in your report is a timeline for infrastructure upgrades. The report projects maintenance costs for 10 years from when they were commissioned in 2010, ending in 2020. If you have not yet completed these upgrades, don't worry. The purpose of the reports is not to shame community leagues who haven't completed this work. That said, your Stantec reports can be used as a guide for future CLIP grant applications. The City of Edmonton and the EFCL want the CLIP grant to be used, and these reports were created for that purpose. Community leagues were given a copy of their Stantec report back when they were released in 2010. If you understandably can no longer find your league's report, you can email info@efcl.org and we will be happy to send you over a digital copy of your report. Now, let's take a quick look through a redacted copy of a report so you can get a sense of what information is included in your Community League's Stantec report. All right, so as you can see on the first page of the report, it'll say the address of your league, there'll be a photo of the Community League, and then there's an introduction outlining what the reports are for, the scope of work, project methodology. So you can see here that the assessment includes site components, building interiors, building structures, building exteriors, roofing, electrical and mechanical systems, and fire and life safety systems. Each component was assigned a condition rating letter between A for excellent to F for critical. You can see here the condition ratings correspond to a certain level of performance. So excellent components are new or state-of-the-art with more than 80% of service life remaining. Good condition means that components are performing well, with between 79 and 60% of service life remaining, and so on. They also provide an expected useful life for equipment, detailing how long you can expect your equipment to last. And then these expected useful life markers, they were used to determine an event year, so an event in which a piece of equipment might need to be replaced or repaired. The event years are based on the following sort of separations of years. For 2010, it's anything that's considered to present a safety or health hazard or is super immediate for the functioning of your building. Years 2011 to 2014 are for events that address physical deficiencies observed during the assessment, and so on. You'll notice that they all they do have assessments of probable cost of upgrades included in all the recommended upgrades as well. this section is just basically a summary of the more meaty section below, which we'll get to. And then there's also a cost summary table that sort of summarizes all of the costs associated with the assessment. So you can see for this particular community league, there were $25,000 worth of immediate repair costs that were considered to be necessary to complete within the first year. And then over the course of the next 3 years, or 4 years, I suppose, there's about $200,000 worth of costs. And then there are also, for some leagues, costs that are detailed from 2015 to 2020 as well. So this is sort of the meaty section of the report, where the report goes through all of the different sort of upgrades that they're recommending for future, and highlights all the different sort of aspects of your infrastructure. Every single sort of part of infrastructure comes with a rating that we went over before. Section of the building, it has a description of the components and details any concerns that they had. Shows the year installed. Often that's the year that the building was originally constructed, but sometimes there's been upgrades made over the years. Remaining service life for that component, and an estimated cost for any work that needs to be done within the next 10 years, as well as when that work should be done. So you can see here, as an example, the building foundations were found to be exhibiting cracking and separation of mortar joints. So they recommended a structural assessment to determine the cause and extent. And then an allowance for that assessment was provided, a monetary allowance, excluding the cost for actually doing the repairs, as that it says those costs are likely to vary considerably depending on the extent. So basically the entire building is reviewed through this same process, where they show sort of when stuff was last done, remaining service life, costs, and when repairs are recommended. And that's it. You can see there's quite a bit. It's fairly detailed, so you can just go through your Stantec report, see what, if any, of this work has or has not been completed, and use that as a guide for doing work with your CLIP grant moving forward.